The Grand Canyon, Arkansas, and Carl's Jr. are all on this day. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is January 11th, 2023. It is the 11th day of the year. There are 354 days left. It's the second Wednesday in the second week and the 22nd day of winter. 68 days left until spring. Today is National Arkansas Day. National Arkansas Day is on January 11th every year. Arkansas was created in 1836 and it is the 25th state to be added to the Federation. It is also known as the Wonder State and the Natural State because of its enormous parks and bodies of water located near the Mississippi River. Arkansas comes from the word, and its territory was initially occupied by native tribes like the Osage. In 1541, the first European explorer to reach the territory was the Spaniard de Soto. Eventually, the French and French fur trappers made their way out here and started settlements. The land that is now Arkansas was part of the Louisiana Purchase. Arkansas is the 34th most populous state with over 3 million residents, and it's the 29th largest. If you watch my other channel, I've talked about Arkansas a lot. This state is backwards, really backwards, but the northwest corner of the state, up by Springdale and Rogers and Fayetteville, that area's not that bad. All right, let's see what else January 11th has given us. 1863, the American Civil War. CSS Alabama encounters and sinks the USS Hatteras off Galveston Lighthouse in Texas. 1908, the Grand Canyon National Monument is created. 1970, the Kingsland Munition Factory explosion occurs as a result of sabotage. 1961, the Throng Neck Bridge over the East River linking New York City's boroughs to the Bronx and Queens opens for road traffic. 1964, the Surgeon General of the United States, Dr. Luther Terry, MD, publishes the landmark report, Smoking and Health. Reporting of the Advisory Committee to the Surgeon General of the United States. In this, and it was the first time, they came out and said that smoking may be hazardous to your health, sparking national and worldwide anti-smoking efforts. Now, this is a very interesting story and a very interesting time in world history. For the longest time, doctors had actually promoted smoking, and the tobacco industry was all for it. They actually gave doctors things to tell people how it reduced stress, how it did this, and how it did that. So up until this point, society was starting to realize that smoking was bad. Sure, the smokers didn't believe it, and they just kept smoking. But in the 40s and 50s, it was actually a thing that supposedly was going to help you with different ailments. In World War II, the C rations that they gave the soldiers that came in cans and you had to open them up, this before MREs, one of those cans, when you get supplies, had cigarettes in them. And they kind of thought it was nice for the soldiers to relax and help them with stress, things like that. This report comes out and just mind blows everyone, except for the executives and the researchers at the tobacco industry. They had known this for years. The tobacco industry pumped an obscene amount of money into Washington, D.C. They had so many politicians in their pocket, it was sad. The United States was getting sicker and sicker. Politicians knew it, doctors knew it, but nobody was doing anything to stop it. Sort of like the opioid crisis. There's an incredible movie with Al Pacino and Russell Crowe called The Insider. If you ever get a chance, watch that movie. It's based on a true story about how 60 Minutes got information from a tobacco insider, a man named Jeffrey Wigand. I think it was Dr. Jeffrey Wigand. That's played by Russell Crowe. Al Pacino played Lowell Bergman, who worked for 60 Minutes as an investigative reporter, and he's a real dude. Both of them are, Wigand and Bergman. Basically, in the movie, they've got the story, it's going to nail the tobacco industry, and then it gets shut down. And it just follows why and how this story got killed. Anyway, not as many people smoke as they did back in the 1960s, and that's a good thing. That Surgeon General's report was kind of the beginning. 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Officials in Wuhan, China announced the first recorded death of COVID-19. Movies released on January 11th, 2013, Gangster Squad. This was a good movie. It has a horrible name, but it was a good movie. John O'Mara and a team of cops band together to restore peace in 1949 Los Angeles by taking down a group of gangsters led by mobster Mickey Cohen. This movie didn't do as good at the box office as you'd think it would, but it was a really good movie. It starred Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, Anthony Mackie, Josh Brolin, Sean Penn, Michael Pena, Giovanni Ribisi. Nick Nolte was in it. Everyone's in this movie, and it did okay. It didn't do anything spectacular. Born on January 11th, 1946, Naomi Judd, country singer and mother to Winona and Ashley Judd. With her older daughter Winona, she formed a popular country vocal duo called the Judds. She died in April of 2022 from suicide, sadly. Died on January 11th, 2008, Carl Karcher, founder of Carl's Jr. hamburger chain. He worked as a delivery boy for a bakery based in Anaheim, California. He was a member of the oldest surviving order of chivalry, the Sovereign Military Order of Malta. Didn't know that. He fathered 12 children with his wife, Margaret. Interesting story. I used to work with this guy. He's an older gentleman, and when his daughter was young, his daughter's probably 35 now, but when she was young, 6, 5, something like that, she went to one of those like kids parties at Chuck E. Cheese. And as they're going out to the car, the wife goes, "We're going to drop off this little boy at his house on the way there." They lived out in Palm Springs, which Palm Springs has some really rich neighborhoods. My friend Bill, he wasn't in the rich neighborhoods, but he gets where he's supposed to go. The kids all turn here, turn there, turn here. He said he's just this cute little guy in a suit with a tie and everything. He's telling them where to turn. All of a sudden they pull up to the gated community where all the rich people live. He's all, "You live here?" He's all, "Yes." They go up to the gate. There's no one at the gate. There's a speaker thing, and the voice comes over and goes, "Who are you here to see?" The little kid in the back leans forward and goes, "It's Carl Karcher III." He said it was adorable. He's all, "I got a millionaire's grandson in the back of the car." Carl Karcher died on January 11, 2008 from complications of Parkinson's disease at age 90, just 5 days before he would have turned 91. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, and be nice to each other.